Joining us today exclusively on the Network 18 group is DDCA President Rohan Jaitley. Rohan, we've been longing to talk for a very long time, and finally this has happened, and couldn't have been a better occasion. The launch of the Delhi Premier League. I know you always wanted a league like this to come through, and a lot has happened in Delhi cricket in the last 2 years. You have often been behind the scenes, so I would like to give you this opportunity to tell the world what you have actually done for Delhi cricket in the last 2 years, including this one-of-a-kind league which is going to start.
See, what we've done is we've taken it consistently on an infrastructure upgrade route. You saw that during the Cricket World Cup last year, that there was a revamped infrastructure in the stadium which was welcoming the playing teams and as well as the spectators. Barring that, we have reworked a lot of domestic cricket on the ground level, our league conditions, our playing conditions, ground facilities, infrastructure. We've put in under 16, under 19 dedicated age specific leagues. So it's only a good, healthy step in the future towards the overhauling of the ecosystem for the potential future of the city to be identified. In regard to the Premier League, it's a model that we've replicated from the other states as well as taking a leaf out of the IPL and the WPL. We've decided to start a league where we've run a franchisee structure. It's only a potential where players are incentivized to play, perform, and to be identified as a potential contender for something big in the future. The same is applicable not just on the men's side but also on the women's side. Leaving those aside, it's a reformative day. It's a good step forward. It's something which will set the tone and tenor for the future of the Delhi cricket, is what I have to say.
Rohan, stepping into the ground which is named after your late father, I'm sure it would instill some sort of pride every time you would walk into the DDC office. Now you see a league happening there. Does that give you that added sense of responsibility? Do you consider the place as sacred, that ki yahan pe kuch galat nahi hona chahiye? This place is named after my father now. I need to ensure that everything which happens here has to be ethically top standard.
It always has to be top standard. Not just on ethics, it has to be top standards on morals, ethics, on terms of anything that is being done there has to be made sure that is completely compliant and above board.
Last 2-3 months, Rohan, we have been reading and hearing and asking a lot of former cricketers. You have rolled out a lot of initiatives for former Delhi cricketers, whether it's medical insurance, taking care of the current lot by appointing round-the-clock physios available for first-class cricketers. So all these things were, not seen in DDCA earlier, but now it's your second term, not the second complete term, I would say, because the first one was a abrupt entry into the scheme of things, but first full term. So how satisfied are you as you approach the closure of this first full term?
See, I'm a satisfied man. I am completely content that I'm able to bring about some changes which should hopefully last for the betterment of the cricket. These are good steps forward. We've brought in pension schemes for cricketers. There's a medical scheme that's on the card which should hopefully be out sooner than later. It's in the final stages. We've made sure a healthy ecosystem of facilities and cricketing happens in this city where a lot of Delhi cricketers join the ecosystem for the betterment.
The last couple of questions, Rohan. When you joined and when we have seen your predecessors, there were a lot of disgruntled voices when it came to former cricketers. I'm sure when you joined, you got a lot of emails and letters and SMSs about claiming what's right and what's wrong. But last 10-12 months, everything has gone quiet. Everyone is in a snooze mode. So how much of satisfaction does that bring to you? Ki once and for all, the systems are put in place and now people can't really point their fingers towards what's happening in DDCA.
See, I am pretty clear that everyone has a voice in the system. Everyone has a right to voice their concerns. Criticism is always welcome because you always have a learning out of a criticism on how and where you could be going wrong and how is it that you desire to work harder. Being criticized always lights a fire on where I can do better. I really can't comment on whether someone's in snooze or not, but it's always good to have a healthy interaction to ensure that the system evolves for the better.
Last question, Rohan. Now we are seeing another crop of Delhi cricketers finally knocking on that door which you wanted them to knock on. The international team selection, Harshit Rana, Ayush Budoni, Yash Dul already being there on the radar. So you think this is a step in the right direction and this league will probably bring more players closer to the next step in their cricketing journey?
See, I can say something to you. With the changes that we've brought about in the last few years, the changes on the junior side, specifically more so. With passing time, you will see a great pool of talent coming out, which will be knocking on multiple opportunities across the cricketing fraternity.
Thank you
Mark
for
my word, you'll see this in the next few years.
thank you for taking out time, Rohan. We wish you all the best for DPL
Thank you.
and hope Delhi cricket continues to rise. Thank you.